just to preface, this is going to sound like a crazy thing. Might be, might not be. Probably is crazy. But just don't go, it's crazy. Listen to it first. So let's start with some basic science. The first rule of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. So for example, if I were to push a bowling ball, the energy that moves the ball when it hits the pins doesn't disappear, doesn't go anywhere. The energy that moved the ball becomes that impact energy on the pins. But a better example is the transference of thermal heat. When something gets cold, the energy keeping it warm doesn't go away completely, it just leaves that object. And imagine a person dies, their body gets cold afterwards. And that's because the heat has left. It's not because that heat is destroyed, it's just because it's left the body. It's permeated out, it's not been obliterated. The energy that was in the body upon its death is gone out of the body, but it's not gone completely, it's just in the air and the things surrounding the body. You with me? Okay, that's like most of the sciencey bit. This is where it gets kind of a bit crazy. So all forms of energy are different. You know, kinetic energy difference is different from the thermal, and the thermal is different from sound, and so on and so forth. So what if there was a different type of energy we didn't understand at current, and it had the different properties that, say, kinetic has from sound, but they're just properties we don't know yet. So say there's this type of energy, this is all the energies we know, and this is the new one. It's completely different, and we accept that they can be different, so why can't we accept there isn't a different one and we just don't understand? Perhaps what if this energy is the reason behind our consciousness, say our life force? I'm going to refer to this as soul, our soul, just for convenience sake. So imagine this type of energy, this brand new type of energy that we don't understand yet, we don't know exists yet, but just imagine it does exist, and just think of it as what we have that keeps us sustained, and it's also what created us in the beginning. This is the being energy. It's what allows us to be and is what we be. Hypothetically, with this brand new type of energy, what would happen to it after we die? So there are two things I think would happen. Firstly, that energy could be transferred from our body to a lesser state of being, like how when energy is transferred, it's not destroyed, but it is sort of depleted. So perhaps we could enter this different altered state of being that some might describe as like the afterlife. It might just be that our energy that keeps us alive has gone somewhere where it is still the same and it retains all the same stuff, but it's just on a different plane of lesser just substance, some heaven or paradise, a spiritual plane that we can exist on. Perhaps that energy can go from one being straight to another, as what people call reincarnation could perhaps be true, and this could be evidence for it, how the energy goes from one body when they die to another, just as heat leaves one object and goes to another, because that energy can't be destroyed. We know that is scientific fact. So could that be possible for the energy of one human to go to another upon their death? Possibly. I'm a believer that after death our actions are not evaluated, but sort of our essence, and whether we've been good or bad is a thing to us that is observable on a deeper level than just an assessment and analysis of actions. So that our spirit, our soul, as I'm calling it now, can be definitively said this is a pure soul, this is an impure soul, and then something can be decided of that. And I've always thought reincarnation could be possible, and perhaps this is how it happens. The moment you die, that energy leaves and goes to another body, or perhaps the moment you die, the energy leaves and slightly depleted goes into someone else's body, and perhaps that depletion, which leaves a tiny amount of something still left connected to that body, could be reasons behind ghosts. Yep, believe in ghosts. Or it could be perhaps after death souls still have an objective, because in life we must have an objective to constantly be going on like this. So what if someone dies unjustly, or they are a vengeance soul, as some people say, when they die and that energy leaves, if that energy is depleted and can still linger with their body, perhaps it could be still having its objective and could still do things like, you ever get those intrusive thoughts or just nightmares out of nowhere? Like perhaps that could be, just throwing ideas out, that could be the impact of souls. But what I do believe is that there is something inside the human being that we do not yet know that when we die, just like the heat and the energy that we eat and take in comes out, and it has to go somewhere because science says it can't be destroyed. The only question is, where does it go? Does it go up? Does it go down? Does it go to someone else, something else? Does it go somewhere else? We'll all just have to wait and see.